So my coffee's getting ready. I've done all the dishes, washed all the surface areas, and then I realized I need to do something about my house mix. This is the salt, pepper, garlic powder mix, and as you can see, it's very clumpy. That happens because it sits on top of our stove, and with the amount of humidity we experience during the summer, and from cooking, you know, it really needs to be refreshed. I don't want to toss the whole thing, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bake it, and it's as hard with one hand. Hold on, let me poke it with a fork. What I'm going to do is I have the temperature set to 175, and I'm going to pop it out and put it on this cookie sheet, and then bake it to dry out the moisture. Hold on, let me pull, I'll be right back. Well, that was certainly stuck in there. See, the moisture just makes it looks like wet sand, doesn't it? But it's actually salt, sea salt, cracked black pepper, and garlic powder. And it's nice organic garlic powder. I certainly don't want to toss it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just flake it up with a fork a little bit and then pop it in the oven and check on it in about 10 minutes or so, see how much moisture is released from it. And then I'm going to, yes, it even looks like crumbly like sand. Oh, oven's ready. And then I will check on it. I may need to send it through my spice coffee grinder just to kind of, you know, if there's any clumps, but otherwise it should be fine to go back into this handy shaker. Now, ideally, you probably want to, especially if you experience humidity, you would want to keep it in a hermetically sealed container. I find that I really like having it in one of these little shakers because then I know it's right there for me every time I cook something savory. And it's a nice kind of a house mix, and you can put whatever you want in your house mix. If you like paprika, or if you know, whatever your regional favorite seasoning is, you can pop that in there. So I'll show you what that looks like in about 10-15 minutes, and hopefully it will dry out and I'll be able to pour it back in and at least use it until it clumps up again. In the meantime, I'm gonna make my coffee, and I'll show you what I'm having for breakfast today. One more quick look. I've just kind of broken up the big clumps so there's a little bit of an even layer. So I'm gonna pop it in the oven at 175 Fahrenheit. I'm gonna check it back in about 10 minutes and see if it's getting dried out. I admit it, I forgot all about it, and then suddenly I thought, what am I baking? So the salt, black pepper, and garlic mixture has come out of the oven, and I debated about pulling out my little grinder. I always think about things like that. Do I want to pull a tool out, or will it be easier for me to do it by hand? So with clean hands, I'm just breaking up the little clumps. Here's, look. This is what it all came out like. It's all dry now. There's no moisture left in here. But then there's these crumbles, and all you have to do is break them up. And then once I have everything broken up, I'll put it back in the shaker, and my house mix will be all ready to go. Of course, now I smell like pepper and garlic, but it's okay. So there's one way that I saved the content of this entire shaker, and now I can use it again. So hopefully this tip helps you guys out. So I've put all the mix back into the shaker, and look, works just fine. Quite happy with it. There you go. Saved all that product without having to toss it.